So welcome to episode 4 of the Homebrewery Rebuild series. As you can see, we've had a fresh lick of paint. So we've got a Ronseal anti-mold paint, and we've also gone for a Screwfix no-nonsense brand, I think it is, floor or garage floor paint. Both of which they're quite pricey, but it's definitely going to be worth it in the long run. So I'm sure you'd agree it's looking very fresh, very clean, and it bloody stinks in here with just fumes and paint. So every now and again I've been banging on this this extractor fan to get rid of as much as I can. So in this episode we're going to be, hang on, beer's calling. This is the stout I made last month. It's banging. Oh. So in this episode, we're going to be installing a sink. We're going to be repurposing the worktop that I had before. This bad boy. And I managed to pick up, managed to pick up a stainless steel sink from eBay. It was only a couple of miles down the road for 15 quid. Now it's a household stainless steel sink, but it's like a deep dish sink, deep bowl. Check this out. Look at that. That's not bad, is it? 15 quid. Came with a tap. And it's in pretty good nick. It's got half the drainage stuff with it already. So I'm quite chuffed with that. So we've measured up the sink and where it's going to fit into this piece of worktop. Only problem is it doesn't leave much meat on the bones, if you know what I mean. So I don't think this is going to go very well because of the condition of that there. Right in that corner. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Worst case scenario, we'll have to build a bloody frame or something for it. But let's get jigsawing. So I apologise for the awkward camera angles, but I'm sure you can appreciate I don't have much things in here for me to rest the camera on. So just to give you some perspective, this is roughly where I'm hoping the sink will go. Round about there. Can you even see that? That's probably out of shot. Well done. But obviously the tap's going to need moving to the other side. I will eventually change the tap as well to one of them tall faucet types. So that should give us a nice frame to sit this on. Oh yeah, boys. Tidy but. Now I need to think of something to put under this side just to support the weight. I'm not going to triangulate it, I'm just going to have something coming straight down. Maybe on this corner. I think it'll be solid enough over this side, so I think we can get away with that. Yeah, just think, what can we put this side? We can get the sink in then. Sink it! Everything in this shot I've repurposed from the old brewery setup. So we've got the old worktop that was along here. These were part of the frame for the fermentation chamber that I built. So nothing here I've had to purchase yet. Okay, so that can go on the end. The sink itself will provide enough rigidity to this, I hope. And I think that's probably looking at a sweet ass. Check that out. Keen to not have too much obstructions around here for the glycol access, storage under there as well. And the drainage system is going to be going out to the sink, down to the corner and across to around about there, and then just let it free flow then into the drain. I'm impressed with that. Right, let's sort the sink out. So we've come out to here just to give us a bit more room. Just taking the tap out. And I've moved the blanking plates to the other side, and I just need to get this reinstalled. They came out. I don't think they're going to go back in as easy, just as I thought. Ooh, nearly there. So I was relatively and strangely pain-free. Something's going to bite me on the arse though. So now we need to trim off these edges, get rid of all this old sealant. I'm probably not going to seal it to the bench because it is just a wet room and a shed at the end of the day. Okay, we've got a little bit more room here now, and before we fix this to the supports, let's grab the sink and do a bit of a dry fit. Okay, hopefully it doesn't just fall right through and hit the floor. Check that out, first time. That seems to be a decent enough height as well. It's high enough to give me some space underneath, but low enough to be able to tip anything in, like kegs or whatever. I like it. Sweet. Okay, fit the sink into there first or fit the frame down first? Frame first. So this feels pretty solid now, especially with that sink in place. Once I screwed it into position around the sides, I think it's going to be pretty damn solid. So let's get it in. Spot on. So I just go around the most accessible areas now. I put a bit of weight on it. I've got a kettlebell. I'll put a kettlebell in here, and hopefully then we can get a nice tight fit. 20 kilo kettlebell. Seems to have gotten heavier. Okay. Right, that's held it down. So we've got everything this side kind of to measure out where we want things to go. Now the Grainfather G40 in its sparge mode, the surface comes to about the surface of this counter. I didn't want to make the counter too tall or too low that I can't put stuff underneath. So accounting for the fact that this is slightly raised with a sparge tank, that will fit perfectly over the G40. Absolutely spot on, really chuffed with that. And it's obviously on this sturdy bench as well. So that ain't going nowhere. So next, I want to try and position the Counterflow chiller out of the way, because it's not something you tend to move about and faff with often at all. So once it's in place, I just want to leave it there. I need to think about a cold water line going to it and a hot water line coming from it, which I think I'm probably going to go straight into the sink, just as a, you know, just to make the most of any surplus hot water through the chilling process to help with the cleaning. Now what I'm thinking is I'm going to put a shelf up here, out quite a bit out the way, above the sparge tank, make the most of this dead space up here in the corner, and I can also make sure that I've got some power to run my watermeter, I think it's called. Let's roughly measure then where we can put this. So this bad boy is going up here. Oh, I need to take all the fittings off first, do my boxing. So I'm not too fussed about where the hot water I'm not too fussed about where the cold water feed or hot water outlet to the Counterflow chiller goes at the minute. We can sort that out when we're doing the plumbing. But what I want to do is try and get a rough idea where I can best place this. I know I can buy new hoses or extend them as I see fit, but if I can get away with putting this up here, all the better for me. So let's see roughly if it will go. Now I can already see there's plenty of spare outlet hose from the Counterflow, and that to me is plenty. So it's on the right hand side, isn't it? Down here somewhere, and that's spot on. That's absolutely spot on. So I can probably put that there where that screw is. I can route this then around, probably zip tie it to the top here, and that is going to be sweet, man. Right, let's get a shelf up. So I thought I should mention as well, this dangly thing here, that's an old alarm sensor which my good mate Shane has given me a replacement. So I'm going to be fiddling about with alarm stuff shortly to put that back up there in the corner. But let's chuck it over there for now. Now this needs to be shortened a little bit. It's just coming across, or what is it? Yeah, it's just coming across the window a little bit. And then once the pipes are hanging over this way as well, it's not going to look that good. Or do I get the pipes to come down the back? Oh, that's even better. Yeah, okay. I'm going to jigsaw a letterbox in the back here to allow for all the pipes to come through. So then it'll look tidier. So I'll probably cut a small window, and then I can tuck all the pipes through there then, rather than having them draping around the edges. And I'll just trim a tiny bit off the side here. About that much. Let's go. So we've trimmed this now to have a couple of recesses for the pipes to come through. That's obviously going in that corner there for the hot and cold pipes to the counterflow chiller, and these two on this side are going to be going straight down towards where the fermenter is going to be and the Grainfather itself. I've also trimmed off a bit of the edge as well. So check that out. That looks absolutely spot on. Let's screw it on and get the chiller up there and see how it looks. So let's get this lifted up and see how it looks. See if the shelf stays up. Oh my god, oh my god, there's trash in the place. So, that in there. Down to the Grainfather. So the hot can go round through there to the sink-ish, and I will extend these pipes if need be. And cold water comes from the bottom. So cold water from the bottom can go that way as well, towards the bottom of the sink. And then this bad boy can go through, and I think I've made it wide enough for the watermeter. I think. Oh, look at that. And then this then has enough stretch to go to any fermenter, which is spot on. So that can more or less live somewhere around there, I reckon. Pipes are not touching the floor. This light cable on this light is going to be moving to this beam over here, and there's some insulation going along the top here as well. And I need to sort this alarm out. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed how that's looking so far. It's a little bit shady in this area now, and that, like I said, is probably because of that light being above the shelf. But yeah, I'm chuffed with that. So this is where we're going to wrap this episode up. We've got the sink installed, starting to get our kit back in. So the counterflow chiller is in place. The next episode, I'm probably going to be tackling the waste system from the sink, plumbing up the inlets for the counterflow chiller, and the hot water tap and the other hot water we need for like filling up the Grainfather, the sparge water, etc, etc. Oh, that's the point. Let's get the sparge in place. So we're not in use. It can be put away at the side there. I'm pretty chuffed how that looks. So thank you very much. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Iechyd.